Hello and welcome to your 2019 yearly readings. These are general readings for you. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign for more detail on what these readings hold. I am also going to offer you a personalised reading, yearly reading, which is going to be much more specific to you. It allows you to progressively go through 2019, have an overview and have a look at the energies that are there for you month by month so that you can plan the year and utilize the energy, not work against the energy, but utilize it and understand why you're feeling in a particular way and how best to utilize the energy that is around you for that particular month as you progress through the year. If you would like to have a personalized reading, I'm going to be offering personalized readings for the month of December and January only. That will give you a specific reading for you and have a look at the specific energies that you're going to be working with in 2019 and what's in store for you. If you would like to have a personalized reading, you can follow the link to my website and you can book your reading from there for the month of December and January. So I hope that that will be helpful for you in your planning of the year. I wish you many blessings. Well, Aries, hello and welcome to your yearly reading. Let's see what lies ahead for you for 2019, month by month. So the energies that you're going to be working with. It's a general reading. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign. Sometimes they will resonate more as well. So let's hit the ground running. January. Here's January. And what you have here is the King of Coins. The King of Coins, for some of you, this represents a male or female that is around you in January, that has a lot to do with you in January. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Very ambitious, very calculated, very driven, business sense, can be a little controlling, which is something that you need to watch, steering things in their direction. That's for some of you that, this person plays a very big part in your decision making, in what is going on for you in January. For some of you, I feel like the King of Coins represents the energy that is around you. So if there is a project or a plan or something that you want to do, a change you want to bring in, decisions that you need to make, the energy is really good for that, because this is an energy that is calculated, nothing that is done in a hurry, that is processed, thought about, an energy that is very grounded. And so it's any decisions and choices that you're needing to make in January, it's something that you have considered. It's something that you're ready to take on, you're ready to do, with a lot of processing and strength, a lot of strength. So you're going to feel very grounded and very strong in January, in being able to make choices and decisions in moving forward that are going to suit you. Okay, let me just take another card and see. I'm going to just get more detail with this King of Coins or King of Pentacles, and you're going to be very earthed in January. The energy that's going to come in for you, you're going to actually feel really earthed. And it's really funny because what crosses is the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is about passion. This is very much your suit. It's about passion, impulse, and ready to charge. So very clearly you do a lot of thoughts, processing, making the right choices, making the right decisions, making sure they're the right choices and decisions for you, and then you're going to really feel this impulse to, I'm ready to take this on, I'm ready to move on an idea, I'm ready to move on a change that I'm bringing into my life, decision that I'm making. So there's going to be some sort of decision making there for you in January, but the energy is going to be really with you, backing you for that, which is really good. You then have February. And February sees the Knight of Coins or the Knight of Pentacles energy around you. And this is the Knight is always ready to charge into the future, charge into throw yourself into the plans you've made, throw yourself into the changes that are around you that you want to make. It could also mean, throwing yourself into the decisions that you've made, the choices that you've made, and they could be a choice and a decision to stay, to work things out, to take a relationship or a work situation or a job, sit and work with it, ground yourself, put yourself through the steps of improving that situation. So it could also be that, riding fearlessly into a situation and really, committed to making something work. It could be you're charging into plans or a project that you've made or a move that you want to make or a change in work that you want to make. You're ready now to do it, and it's not through haste. It is the pentacles here, the coins, an earth sign, meaning you're very grounded, so you've really thought about the choices that you're going to make. So it's action time in February. It's really time to take action with a practical note. Nothing that you're not going to feel like making it on impulse. You will seek support from others. You'll seek information from others. But ultimately the choices are yours, because it's going to lead to, there's also an energy of being quite productive. So those changes you're going to put in place are going to be really productive. So it's a real energy of forging forward to, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good around you. It's going to be good around you. I like it. I like that. March. What's happening in March? You've got the Page of Swords in March, and the Page of Swords is about new learning. It's about, these could be the changes that you've been bringing in January and February. Come March, it's about learning now. It's about learning new skills. It's about learning how to mix in a new situation for some of you. It's about learning how to be in a particular situation. So it's new learning coming in around you. For some of you, it's a course that's going to start, a new study that's going to start, new learning that's going to start. It's really thinking about where you want to be, what you want to do. So it's that sort of thinking, learning, building on knowledge that you already have sort of energy in January. Let's have a look at, there's the Knight of Swords, the Page of Swords has got a really pensive look on his face, really pensive. It's not about action. March is about learning, about other people, about other situations, about new situations, about bringing your skills to a new environment or a new situation, which is really good, because that new situation is also about turning your back on the past, turning your back on what's gone on in the past, and really turning and facing the future. So it's really an energy about learning new things for your future, leaving behind the past. So things will come up for you to process in March. Things will come up for you to process, things that have been emotionally hurtful for you, or being in a situation that hasn't been working for you. You haven't had that emotional balance. So these things will come up for review in March, in order for you to bring in new learning, releasing those things and bringing in new learning, new situations, new ways, new behaviours, new ways of thinking for some of you. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit of reminiscence, a little bit of the past coming into your March. And then you have April, and April sees you've got Temperance, and Temperance is balance. So you're going to feel very balanced. You're going to feel good about the choices and what you've done so far, what the choices and decisions you've made, the changes you've made, the changes in behaviour or physical changes in where you live, where you work, projects that you want to take on, courses that you want to study, hobbies that you want to take on. So if you're retired, then there's new groups that you're going to mix in, new hobbies that you're going to take on, and you're happy about that, and you're feeling really good in April. It's, temperance is the balancing of all aspects, your grounding, your earthing. You feel grounded. You also feel passion, and you know when to feel passionate, when to be creative, when to get out there and really take action. Then there's the emotional balance of feeling balanced about where you are, feeling at peace about where your life is going, what direction you're taking and where you're going. Then you've got the swords, which is the air sign. It's about new learning. That you've just got that all in, you've got everything under control. You've got everything under control in April, so that it's working for you to create this future that you are moving towards, which is really, I like a lot. Okay, you've got a lot of knights, Aries. You've got the Knight of Cups. Interesting, isn't it? So don't be, you're feeling really good, you're feeling really balanced. For those that are single, it's about if there's new opportunities for a relationship that's coming up, a relationship will open up for you, then you're ready to go forward into it. You're ready to take on a new relationship, open up emotionally and be in a relationship with someone. If you're in a relationship, it's taking that relationship to the next level, strengthening the ties, strengthening the bonds and moving on. I also want to say to those of you that are getting a separation or leaving a relationship, you're going to feel emotionally balanced and ready to forge ahead. It's about self-love for those people. It's about self-love and being able to move forward in balance and in harmony. So whatever's going on for you, it's going to be happening in great balance and harmony and peace. So April's going to be a really interesting month as well for you. Okay, then we have May. And as we're coming into May, you have the Four of Swords. So May is going to see the energy around you being one of intuition, meditation, finding your spiritual self, finding your path, finding your journey. Doesn't surprise me because April's been such a balancing month for you, and it progresses into May. Be aware of, you're going to have a very active dream life. There'll be messages coming to you. There'll be synchronicities. There'll be signs. A good month to be putting questions out there. Ask a question, fall asleep, let it unfold. Have a look at the synchronicities that are happening around you, where you're being guided. Follow your instinct. Follow your gut. Follow what your intuition is telling you, what that little inner voice is telling you to do. Follow that, because you're going to be very in tune with that in May. You're going to be very in tune with the spiritual, with the inner workings, what's going to be right for you. And it's interesting because when I take another card that's going to cross that, it's the Chariot, and it's really about you. It's about you taking charge of that, so that the messages that you're getting, what are you going to do with those? Now that's your choice, because you're driving this. You can choose to ignore it and not do anything, or you can choose to really listen to it, follow your gut and pursue those feelings that you're getting, pursue that intuition, pursue where you're being led. Interpret your dreams, see what you're being told. You're driving that, so it's going to be very much your choice what you do with that information that's being dropped into your psyche in May. Okay, then you've got June, and June is the Four of Coins, and the Four of Coins sees you, June, you're going to feel financially in a good place. Financially in a good place. This is a card of, making money. You're being rewarded for work that you've done. Maybe for some of you it's a bonus. It's a pay increase. It's a promotion. For some of you, it's business is going really well, and you see an influx of finances and of money. For some of you, it's reaching a point of you finally are on top of things, and you've got a nest egg and you're guarding it with your life. You're very cautious about where you're spending it and whether you're spending it, and you're really looking at keeping it locked away so that you've got that for a rainy day. So, you know, it's going to be different things for different ones of different Aries. So it's about what fits with you. But June is really going to be about finances, and it's going to vary with each of you. Some of you are holding on to it. Some of you are really pleased with the results of projects and work that you've done, and you're starting to reap the rewards of that. And finally, you're putting money in the coffers, which is a really good thing. So June will be a financial month, a financial time for you. So let's have a look at what else I can tell you in expanding on that. Let's see what else comes up. What card are they going to give me for Aries in June? Here we go. Yeah, the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups. Feeling quite emotionally good about it. Feeling emotionally good about where you're at. This is also a card of intuition. This is also a card of messages that you'll be receiving. So it's flowing through from May to June, and this, you know, influx of finances and abundance that's coming your way, it's going to make you feel balanced. And so you will be very sensitive to messages, to synchronicities, to your intuition, to your inner voice as well, which will help you move along into the second part of the year. So the first part of the year is very, very interesting. So we'll have a look at the second half now. Okay, Aries, let's have a look at July. July is the 7th. You've got the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands, July, there's going to be choices, decisions that you've made, things that you're going to have to defend. Defend yourself, and you're perfectly capable of doing that. There's change that you want to be bringing in. There's obstacles that you'll need to overcome, which are not going to be big deals at all, because you've actually got the resources and the ability to be able to do that. If you've learned from, you know, the first half of the year in this intuition, in following your instinct, in listening to that inner voice, you will know what direction to move in, and so it will now be about establishing yourself. So the energy in July is really one of for some of you, it's going to be inner battles, internal battles. It's battles with the self. Battles with, you know, releasing what no longer serves you, and moving on from that. So you've got the strength, the determination to be able to do that. It's something that is achievable. It's not something that is going to be really difficult for you. It's something that's totally achievable. You've also got the 10 of Pentacles that crosses that. So that's really positive. Whatever you're planning, whatever you want to move towards, whatever you want to put in place, even if there's people that are opposed to it or standing in your way or trying to convince you not to do it, you're going to be strong enough to make your own choices and decisions and move with whatever it is you're needing to do. And it's going to be really positive for you. It's going to reap a lot of rewards for you, financial as well as in many other ways as well. For some of you, it's the partner that you've chosen. There may be opposition by people that are around you, in maybe, you know, there's a proposal and there's a marriage and there's some opposition, but it's going to work for you. So you need to listen to that inner voice and pursue your own thoughts. For some of you, it's about the inner battles of, you know, why I don't want to stay in a job that I don't enjoy anymore, that is taking too much out of me, and I'm going to have the courage to change, to look for something different, and that will pay off. Whatever it is for you, whatever it is that you want to fight for, whatever changes you want to make, and it can be even changes within the self that often people around us don't want that to happen because it's not going to serve them. Okay, but it's what you're wanting. It's what you're wanting to do. For some of you, I feel like I want to go overseas. So if you're younger and you want to go overseas, go to Europe or go on a holiday or go overseas somewhere, and there's opposition to that, and you're really needing to exert yourself, but really be determined about what you're wanting, and you will be successful. So whatever it is in July for you, you're going to be successful about it. In August, it's about keeping it real. This is in reverse. I'll hold it up this way. It's about, and it's going to be different for different people, but it's about keeping things real in August. Don't allow your imagination to run away with you in August. There's going to be this tendency of not being practical, making choices and decisions that aren't practical. They are, your imagination's gone over the top, you know, and this is what you're wanting, and these are my goals, and, you know, try and keep it realistic in August. Try and keep things realistic in August, because the energy is going to be one of, and for some of you, that's going to serve you, because I feel like it's a real energy of imagination. And for some of you, that's going to serve you, because it's about creating a new project. It's about being creative. It's about artwork. It's about something that you're going to create. It's something that you're going to put together. And in that case, then imagination is really going to serve you well. If you're goal setting, if you want to, you know, July, you're planning a holiday, you want to go on a holiday, do you have enough money? Is it going to last you? Is it a practical time to be going? Are you being reasonable and practical about your destinations? So for some of you, it's going to be different for each of you, but the energy around you is going to be one of imagination. And for some, not being practical about what the resources you have and what you can do with them. For others of you, it's about letting your imagination run wild with you to be able to create all sorts of wonderful, beautiful things in the world. Let's see what card I'm going to pull for you for that. For August, Aries. August, what's happening in August with Aries? Let's see. Oh, is it giving me one? Yes. Yes. Oh, lovely. Okay, so you've got the Judgment card, which is very appropriate, isn't it? It's the Judgment card. So keep it real. What's yours will come to you. Be realistic. See the Judgment card too, and I just get this. It's also going to be a stirring of past things. It's going to be a lot of past issues are going to come up for you, Aries, in August, and it's about not letting your imagination run away with you, but deal with those things as practically as you can. Process them and move them on with the Judgment card. For some of you, it's about legal dealings, and with those legal dealings, be practical. Don't let your imagination run away with you. Don't, because that will only mess things up. It will complicate issues. Keep it practical. Keep it real. Don't let your for some of you, it's you're caught up in legal dealings, and your imagination runs off with you, runs riot, and you're going to end up with less than you deserve. For others of you, ask yourself, are you being realistic with what your expectation is from these legal dealings? And are you going to get what you think you're going to get? Keep it practical. So it's going to be different. It's quite a different month for all of you. Absolutely. Okay, September. So whatever happens in August, in September, you're offered a passage out of difficulty. You're offered you've learned a lot. You've learned a lot from what you've been through. You've learned. You're taking with you that experience and that knowledge in moving forward, and you're moving forward into new opportunities. New things are opening up for you, new plans, new ventures, new work. For some of you, there's a completion in study that's going to be good for you, because it's offering you, it's opening doors for you, opening opportunities up for you. Absolutely. So it's going to be different for each of you, but you are all moving through in September to better opportunities that are opening up for you, and that's how good those opportunities are going to be. Are going to depend very much on how much work you've put in. How much you've put in as to what you get out. Obviously, you reap what you sow. So just make sure that you really put that work in when you're given the opportunity to, because it'll stand you in good stead. The card that's going to cross that is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, to me, you see you've got swords and swords. So it's all about thinking. It's about thinking. It's about being strong. It's about standing to your convictions. In September, these opportunities are going to be put in front of you, and it's about being confident and strong about moving forward with those. So it's going to show that strength in you. Okay, October. October sees an ending of difficulties, an ending of inner battles, an ending of you're going to be at a point where you're going to feel like, oh, well, I've come through a lot. I've come through a lot and I've learned a lot, and there's an ending to that. And I can now move forward with this knowledge that I have. But you're going to feel relief in August. You're going to feel relief that things are coming, these decisions and this learning is coming to an end, and things will only get better from here. So, I feel like there's a sense of relief. There's a sense of a weight being lifted in October. Let's see what cards. Let me see if I can get more information. Yes, look, you're going to feel absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You've got the sun, and so the way you're going to be feeling in October is absolutely fantastic. It's going to be this real moving forward with confidence, moving forward with determination, moving forward with positive thinking, because the old ways of thinking are gone, moved on. And so with these new opportunities that you're getting in September, you're going to really be able to work with that in October. So October is going to be quite a good month for you. It's a month of endings of all these sort of decision making and absolutely moving forward with positive energy. Then you have November, and November is going to see you. November is going to be a real month of manifesting. You're going to have this real ability. This is the magician, and you've got this ability to manifest and bring in for you whatever it is you want, what your desires are. Remain balanced. Don't forget that you're coming from a month where you've had the sun and endings of difficulties, so you can now clean slate. You can bring in and create the reality that you're wanting to create in November. That's all opening up for you. It's totally in your power. It's totally up to you. Be clear about what you're wanting to bring in. Be clear about what you're wanting to create in your reality, because this is also going to set you up for 2020. My goodness, 2020, imagine that. So when you get to November, it's going to be really important that you show clarity of thoughts, because there's going to be a lot of you will. It's really success. You're going to be really successful in anything that you want to do, anything you want to create, anything you want to change, anything you want to bring into your reality. Good energy for that in November. I like that. I like that. December's going to see you working on the details. It's going to see you working on the details to reap the abundance and the good fortune that you're seeking. So there is going to be work there for you. Some of you, it's going to be the detail, the fine detail of what reality you want to create. For some of you, it's going to be the fine detail of your workplace, your environment, your promotion. For some of you, it's your family, it's family life. I feel like some of you are going to be looking at fine detail of concerning health, how to absolutely improve your health, how to self-heal, looking at alternatives, diet, to become more productive as you can be, and as healthy as you can be, exercise, etc., joining a gym possibly. But it's about looking at December. You're going to really be looking at the fine detail in your life, in what's going on around you. Let's have a look. It's going to really set you up for 2020, and this is the result. New beginnings. So this really, by the time you get to November, December, you're creating your own reality, which is going to open up a whole lot of new opportunities for you. That you're going to start feeling that in December, and it's going to start coming in for 2020 as well. It sets you up. It sets you up for new beginnings, new projects, new direction, new you. So that's the energy that is going to be around for you in 2019. So I hope that that's been beneficial for you. I hope that helps you through the year and through your journey as it unfolds. So remember to work with the energy that is present for you in any given month so that you can maximize the potential of 2019. Many blessings to you.